Give me that. You poke someone's eye out in here. Take that thing off. We gotta start the video.
I need to breathe.
I said take it off.
Oh my god. There. You happy?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars. Now we will talk. Yeah, I had to do that. Welcome back to another midnight showing. As always, I'm Kelly.
I'm DJ.
And we just got out of Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
Amazingly, this actually didn't start with a Star Wars-esque text crawl to the magic of John Williams.
Instead, we had a prologue about as long as the one you start on Kingdom Hearts with freaking Roxas in Kingdom Hearts 2. Jesus, don't get me wrong, this is a good movie, but damn, did it take a little while to get started there.
Well, if you take in all the cutscenes, that sequence is still, even with all the action scenes, is still like an hour. I think I counted it.
Yeah, this movie, about an hour into this movie, it really picks up, and it's like exponential, and it's just amazing by the end. Oh, for the non-spoiler review part of this thing, because we all know that, God knows.
Spoilers, schmoilers. We all know what happens after this.
We know how this is going to end.
That's the point.
It's the same way every prequel ends to something like this. Everybody involved dies. We all know this. We were hoping for something better. I was hoping for someone better. It's not spoilers to say. It's a tried and true fact.
At least they didn't shoehorn in some weird romance with characters we already know, like they did with The Hobbit.
Yeah, there was that. But, yeah, you know, going into the spoiler before we actually talk about the good and the bad, I think it's pretty obvious that the recommendation of this one is going to be to see it.
Yeah, this is a big one to see. This is the big end-of-the-year showstopper.
Really? I thought that was going to be La La Land. Hashtag, why aren't you in my theater? Yeah, no, seriously, I'm so pissed off about that.
Last year ended with a Star Wars movie. This year ends with a Star Wars movie. Next year, we're finally gonna have Episode 8, supposedly.
Yeah, that's the plan. It's going to be a Star Wars movie every December, but the actual main story ones are going to be 2 years apart, and then they're just going to have like the Rogue One this year, and I don't know what they're going to have 2 years from now, actually.
I think it's going to be Han Solo.
Oh, the Han Solo standalone, yeah. Forgot about that. They'd mentioned that. But yeah, so yeah, that's our recommendation for that. For those who don't want any kind of spoilers, but I guess that we should probably start talking about. Where would you like to start? There's a lot here to digest.
The droid, whose name always escapes me because I know I'm going to get it wrong.
It's either K9 or K2. I'm pretty sure it's K2. Let me double check this.
This isn't Doctor Who.
It's played by Alan Tudyk, who, for all those who are Firefly fans, he's the guy who gets speared at the end of Serenity.
This guy, he has like the best one-liners.
Yes.
Everything out of his mouth is something to laugh about.
He is amazing. He is both badass, sarcastic, but yet calm at the same time. I don't know what they did, but Jesus Christ, this is amazing.
They did the opposite of C-3PO.
Yes.
That's what they did.
The opposite of C-3PO. He doesn't whine, but he isn't afraid to express his opinions. I think my favorite part is when they're coming in on the freaking Endor? No, not Endor.
It's not Endor.
Edor? Edun?
Edo, something like that.
Yeah, when they're coming in on that one, and freaking... I predict that our odds of survival are 26%. Are you sure you know where you're going? Yes. They just rose up to 35%. The stupid robot.
And it's true. They like crash. Like the whole entry point is just covered in like mist and rain, and they like crash into a couple mountains.
C2SO. So C2.
C2.
And
Yeah.
oh my god, he's just so much fun to watch. I think with my other funny part is when he just shows up out of nowhere, and after an identical droid gets shot right in front of him by Ren, and he just like looks at it. How did you know that wasn't me?
Exactly.
I didn't. Oh, but we could go on for hours about that stupid droid. He's so much fun to watch. But the other person I really want to just point out was like an all-star moment of this cast is Donnie Yen as
The monk.
Yes, I'm trying to pronounce this. Kirutet Imwe.
He's the monk.
Yeah, he's the badass blind monk that you saw. And gee, you know, I just realized what makes this prequel so great. What truly makes this great is that it gives you a deeper respect for the other movies. You know, the other prequels tend to be really disappointing because they want to be as big and as epic and important as the other ones. This one knows that it is, so instead of trying to outshine the other ones, it tries
the prequels
to set up
were
the pre-existing movies.
Yeah, the prequels are like, if you're not a Jedi, if you don't have a lightsaber, then you don't matter. And they kind of express that in the Lego games.
Yes.
Everyone who doesn't have a lightsaber sucks in that game.
But Donnie Yen's character in this, his whole point in this is just to basically give you the Force from the perspective of just spirituality and acceptance. He does some badass, amazing shit inside of this. He can be funny, he can be nice, and he admits that he can't see. But
They cover their eyes with the bag. It's like, seriously, I'm blind.
yes, that part. They bag him to take him to a secret location. And he's like, seriously, guys, I'm blind.
Yeah.
Well, would you think they really know that after you just literally took down 8 stormtroopers by yourself, going completely daredevil on their asses?
It's like in Avatar when they're like searching for I think it was when they're searching for the library and they're on Appa.
Look, there it is! That's what it's gonna sound like when you guys find something. Toph says that.
Oh
She's the blind
gosh.
one.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, it's Donnie Yen. Just everything about him just radiates. There's so much more to this universe, and it really just does suck that they all die. I know it's kind of skipping into the spoiler.
It does.
To the bad here for a second, because he really is just so enjoyable to watch. He does just expand on the mythos of Star Wars, something that I've been complaining for years they never do. It's one of the reasons why I prefer Star Trek, is because Star Trek will explain its fucking universe, even to a degree that most people find annoying. You know, this Star Wars never actually explains their mythos and their universe more than maybe what they explain inside of the third movie. And then the prequels came along, and I think the most we got out of that was the opera scene out of 3 fucking movies. You know, they finally tell us a story out of there, and it has nothing to really do with anything the more you think about it, but it's just very well acted and very well acted. Donnie Yen inside of this actually radiates just what the Force is, how to sense it, how to read it. He is literally a walking one-man army who can dodge laser blasts based on what the Force tells him. He can kick your ass between heightened senses and just guidance from the Force.
Yeah.
I love this.
He is one lucky son of a bitch.
Yes.
At the end, he's just walking out.
He's
There's
just
lasers.
walking right through all the laser fire to pull the lever that needs to be pulled because no one else can get to it, and people have already died trying. He's just slowly walking, full faith, holding on to it. I'm one with the Force, and the Force is one of all. It's just walking through. He's like, dude, holy damn! And he probably would have been able to walk back if not for the fact someone shot the console and blew it up on him. One of the things I also want to say that he said that really, really does tie in The Force Awakens to everything else This Death Star is powered by the Kyber Crystals, which, as established by both Clone Wars series, the good one and the crappy CGI one that apparently got better, is the stuff that powers lightsabers. It's what's inside the core there. But they basically said that that's what powers the Death Star. Lots and lots of Kyber Crystal. And he asked the question, what is Kyber Crystal? And the main chick inside of this just says, it's the heart of all the lightsabers. That's what my dad told me. And he just says, Kyber Crystals are the heart of all suns. Right? The center of all suns is the heart of Kyber. Spiritual. But then think about The Force Awakens. The freaking what is it called? The Starkiller Base. Starkiller Base feeds on the power of the sun to create a blast that can annihilate entire solar systems. Boom! It makes so much sense. Oh my god! Was that intentional? I don't know if that was intentional or not.
But you should send that into Matt Pat. See what he has to say about it.
It makes so much sense. Now, why they would use a star to power the Starkiller Base?
We are in spoiler territory, right?
Yes, we're completely into spoiler territory.
Okay. So, if I didn't just see all the important characters die, I would have believed what Matt Pat said.
About them all becoming evil.
Yeah, like, he explains that they actually lived through this, or at least were recovered and brainwashed by the Empire, and became like the main foot soldiers of Kylo Ren in this next one that's coming up.
Yeah.
The Knights of Ren, in this giant like book or series of books that explains everything you could possibly need to know about Star Wars. They have like models of the Knights of Ren, and they like kind of stack up, including like having a droid and a big dude, and they call him like the monk, the rebel, and things like that.
The sniper and the rogue.
Yeah.
To which I instantly thought when he was explaining that, oh, so they're all video game character roles.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure I saw all those in MMO ones.
Yeah. Yeah, he like compared them. He compared them to classes from Team Fortress.
Who's the healer? Who's the medic? I need a medic. But yeah, I knew that they were all going to die. We all knew they were going to all die. Going back into the good before we go into the actual bad, I would just like to say the rest of the cast was amazing. The effects were beautiful. The music,
my gosh,
not done by John Williams, but Michael Giacchino. Oh, I'm sorry if I butchered your last name, but God, I think this is probably your best soundtrack since The Incredibles. It's just beautiful, and you did the music for Star Wars Trek Beyond.
Yeah, they kept up with the tradition of the weird fish people.
Yes,
being. Yeah.
Admiral Akbar's cousin, apparently.
It's like his grandfather or something, I don't know.
No, Admiral Akbar's inside of the rebellion inside of the next one.
Yeah.
So, instead of episode 4.
Whether they're related or not, this guy seemed a lot older.
Yes, he did. And he's dead. He's dead, by the way. He couldn't make it up to hyperspace before they did. For some reason, he has freaking the Leia on board his ship that he just beamed into battle.
Yeah.
What?
That was amazing CGI, by the way.
Yes.
We saw what happened, what Carrie Fisher looks like now.
Yes, in the last movie.
Holy crap.
And they recreated what she looked like back for episode 4. And, oh my god, I mean, it's just... She's not the only one who got the treatment either. The Admiral from episode 4, they actually got him, they recreated him with CGI and actually brought him in as one of the main antagonists of the film.
Yeah.
There was another person who got the same treatment. God damn it. I can't think of who it was, but it's amazing what CGI can do these days.
Exactly.
I mean... And Disney seems to have this one down to a T.
Yeah, they tried
this and Civil War. And
yeah, Tron 2. I appreciate the effort.
It wasn't ready yet.
That was their first trial run, and for the most part, I always love seeing Jeff Bridges, especially in Tron. But yeah, I think that's when it started.
Doing his best Obi-Wan Kenobi impression. But yeah, just everything about this movie, it really does emphasize just why the freaking first Star Wars movie is so great. It makes you appreciate that one more, because you saw the sacrifice here that it took to actually get to there. It bridged that gap very well. Unfortunately, it's not perfect, and I guess we should probably start talking about it. Okay.
No mention of the Bothans.
Yeah, there's no Bothans. What was that about the big line everyone quotes?
Many Bothans died
to get us this information. I'm sorry, am I remembering that wrong? Is that only for the episode 6? I'm pretty sure it's not. But, you know, I would also like to point out something else. Every connection to the 4, 5, 6, and 7 were really good. Connections to the Clone Wars 3, 2, and 1?
Everybody wants to forget about those.
Yeah.
They might be canon.
Yeah, if they have to be canon. So, you know, the Vader portions are, thank God, short. I was hoping that they weren't going to use them very much inside of this. They were, thank God, short, sweet, to the point, and we did get one really awesome, badass, him walking through the fucking ship. Awesome sequence near the end.
It ends right where episode 4 begins.
Yeah, where they're literally chasing Leia's ship. But the problem with this is that when you try to think about how this connects to episode 3 and episode 2, episode 3, didn't they basically dissolve the Senate? I think that was part of Palpatine's speech when he said the Republic will be dissolved into an empire. The Senate doesn't exist. In fact, wasn't it made a point inside of episode 7 that after the fall of the Empire, the Senate was reinstated so as to maintain control? I could have sworn those were plot points. So, but the Senate is actually a thing that they had to hide the Death Star from them inside of this, which does make sense. I mean, it did technically come from a rebellion that Palpatine himself started. And it seems a little odd to create it again. I don't know. You know, God, it's just like little things that connect back to those. They didn't want to emphasize them, and you can see why, but there's also some things that need to be connected. Like, I don't know, how are they getting so much Kyber Crystal? How did they find all of these Jedi temples if they're supposed to be hidden and secret? You can see them getting some of them, but you found enough to not only build 1 Death Star, but 2, and a Starkiller base. Because I imagine you had to have some stock of crystal to make that possible. I mean, it just seems a little on the outlandish side.
Maybe they'll explain it in the next one.
Yeah, maybe.
They're gonna have to do a lot of explaining.
Yes. And let's also talk about the most pointless character inside of this movie, played by probably one of the best actors in this movie, Forrest Whitaker as... What is his name? I can't even remember his fucking name.
Can't remember.
He's a character from the Rebels animated series on Disney. They wanted to have a character from that cross over into this, so he's there. And he just dies for no reason. He could have gone with them and sought this out, had a badass death. No, he just died.
This was a small point for me, but when you don't see his face and you just hear him, to me, he almost sounded like Watto.
Yes.
I'm not the only one that picked up on that. Good.
He was doing a little weird... He was like trying to be like half Vader, half Watto.
I'm like, Watto? What the fuck is he doing in here?
Yeah, and he has his own little respirator that he has to pull out every now and then because both of his legs are gone. And he's basically wearing a med suit.
Yeah.
Oh, I keep hicking up. But it just really... He's pointless. He's pointless in this movie. I wanted more Forrest Whitaker. He doesn't even get that badass speech that we all saw in the trailer, where he's like, what will you do if they capture you? What will you become? He doesn't even say that.
Yeah.
And the other line, done by freaking, what's her name? Felicity Jones, you know. This is rebellion, isn't it? I rebel. Not in the movie. Not in the fucking movie. You know, I really think that we should charge movie studios at least $20,000 every single time we see a scene in the trailer that's not going to be inside of the movie. Because this is getting fucking annoying. Granted, that rebel line, yeah, it was kind of a stupid line. I can see.
We're kind of running out of power.
Yeah, I see that. But I can see why they cut it. But at the same time, you put it on every fucking shirt you're selling at Target.
Yeah.
Maybe have your title line in your fucking movie. Yeah, it's a nitpick, but it's still an annoying nitpick.
Oh yeah, in good movies like this, there's gonna be nitpicks,
Yeah.
and he can point out. A lot of
It's
them.
Star Wars.
He's
Who
trained
isn't
himself.
who isn't going to nitpick the hell out of this? It's fucking Star Wars. This is like the biggest movie franchise out there in the science fiction genre, period. As much as I love Star Trek, let's be honest, it grew up on TV and most people remember it as a TV show. It's just... And that first hour, the first hour of this movie is slow. Really slow. It's just disjointed, not much happens. After they go to Edo or Edo, whatever it's called, it starts to pick up. And from there, it's a roller coaster of awesomeness. This might make my best movie of the year list. I don't want to make it sound like that this movie is horrible, but it does have problems, and if you're not going to acknowledge them, bad things are going to happen. I'm sorry. You know, make sure that you're aware of the mistakes and the problems so that we don't repeat them.
Exactly.
So we can make something better. And eventually, maybe, hypothetically, miraculously make something perfect. But yeah, I think we should probably just move into the final verdict, don't you?
Yeah.
You may go first.
Go see this movie. I wouldn't recommend. Well, we were in the second row from the front, and my neck is killing me.
And my eye was hurting by the end of this. We saw it in 3D. I don't know what was going on, but...
Kind of give us some time to filter out. You know, we're seeing it practically the day of. Maybe go see it on Christmas. If this video gets out by then.
Yeah.
Go see it. Go add it to your collection. If you have the prequels on your shelf, then... you know, if you're a collector, this is a worthy one to put with your entire collection.
Honestly, I think this might be the best Star Wars movie next to The Empire Strikes Back. I really do think it might be from a pure technical perspective, from an acting perspective, from the build-up and how it has a slow start, but by the end, holy shit, man, this might be the best one next to The Empire Strikes Back. It's the most un-Star Wars thing we will probably ever see inside of these movies. And thank God for that. It breathed new life into this franchise well more than fucking Force Awakens did. It's a good movie. It deserved that honorable mention in my last year's best list. But don't even kid yourself in thinking that it was actually the best thing that came out last year. It was not.
It rehashed the fourth one. And the fourth one was good.
Yeah, well,
This one was good.
This one, though, was not only good, but it was unique. It was a war film of epic proportions.
Yeah.
And honestly, my final verdict is this is a must-see.
Yeah.
This is one of those movies you can't ignore. Not because, you know, like Batman v Superman, when I gave it out there, the same rating, because, you know, it's just that divisive movie, everyone needs to make an opinion themselves. No, this is just that awesome, great movie that everyone should see for themselves. This is one of those ones that's just sheer spectacle for the eyes. This is action that's maybe not as creative as Mad Max, but it's definitely as action-packed on par with Mad Max Fury Road. And the acting inside of it, actual explanation of the Force that never feels forced, and actual, character development, and you get to see sacrifices from these people that we knew was going to happen. Giving Matt Pat's theory credit where it's credit's due, we all knew it was going to happen. We were hoping that something else was going to happen so that these characters could show up in Episode 8. I was hoping that maybe one or two of them survived and they got captured and, they ended up breaking them out in the next movie because stuff you need them for something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was hoping that they were going to give them something like that. But, the second they said the shield was around the planet, there was no way they were getting out. It was a suicide run, and they knew it. They knew that it was a suicide run, and they just focused on just finishing everything. I love this movie. I will gladly go see it many, many more times. I want to nitpick some more of this small stuff to find out how it connects back into the other movies. Hopefully find even more stuff like every sun is the heart of Kyber stuff. It's like, I want to see more of that. This is the first Star Wars movie that has actually made me, the Star Trek guy, heavily interested. And that should explain to you how good this movie is. So, yes, my final verdict is must see.
Yes.
Oh, man, that felt good. That felt very good. But, yeah, so I guess it's time to move on. That's it for us. Have you seen Rogue One, a Star Wars story? Weird branding there. Tell us what you thought about it in the comments below. Maybe we'll get some healthy discussion going. As always, be sure to follow us on all the social medias like Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. Because Twitch is totally I really need to figure out another way of explaining Twitch to people. Because it's not really a social media, but follow me there nonetheless.
They're turning it into social media. Jaywitz moved to San Francisco just so he could work with Twitch and stream exclusively there and work with them. That's his main source of income now.
Oh, that's nice. Maybe that's why Angry Joe has been doing so much stuff over there on YouTube.
Oh, dude, YouTube is falling apart.
Yeah. Oh, don't tell us that now.
No. Every YouTuber is saying that.
It's not really.
And they're working on figuring out a way to put out videos. You know what? Let's end this video.
That's a video for another day.
My camera's gonna die. We gotta finish this up.
So
Follow us on all the social networking. Go see Rogue One. Comment, subscribe, everything.
Because we're gonna need that to survive YouTube's reckoning.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll see you all
next time.